Hi, Karen Curry Parker here with your weekly Human Design Evolution Report. And my intention today is to keep it short and simple and sweet because that's kind of what we need right now. We are standing at the beginning of October where the crisis slash chaos slash plot twist du jour is going to be the norm. The celestial weather this month promises to be bumpy. We're in a process of reaping what we've sown. We are looking at where our old patterns, the patterns that we've been exploring since the beginning of the coronavirus last year, we are looking at the patterns of our past, the places where those patterns have perhaps caused us to be out of integrity with ourselves, with each other, with our planet. And those places where we've been out of integrity have caused us to become depleted, exhausted, unsustainable, and consequently reap the results of the choices and the patterns we've been making. This sounds terrible, but it's actually profoundly beautiful because the potential for us, if we look at the patterns that are being revealed to us, the potential for us to bring ourselves back into alignment with truth with a capital T, our own personal integrity that's rooted in our own sense of personal worth and value, an integrity that causes us to be physically vital and sustainable, that causes us to have sustainable resources for ourselves and to share with others, an integrity that causes us to live authentically so that we are not compromising who we are because we think for some reason that's not enough or not big enough, more valuable enough. An integrity that causes us to act from a place of higher principles where we take the high road with great faith and confidence, knowing that if we do the right thing, the right events will unfold. And integrity that gives us the energy to be able to do and sustain what we need to do in the world. This is the end result of standing strongly in our value and the end result of not only holding our own value, but seeing the inherent value of each and every one of us, living from a place where we are equitable and just and create abundance with compassion, not only for ourselves, but we share what we have with others as a natural course of knowing that we are enough and we have enough. When we go through bumpy cycles like this, I want to tell you, you're going to have some bad days and you're going to have some amazing days, and you're going to have some days that might be in between, or some days where you have good and bad all at the same time. We can't avoid going through what we have to go through to get to the other side. And I think we are, many of us, fatigued and overwhelmed. We don't want to be on Zoom anymore. We don't want to look at the news anymore. We don't want to go to social media anymore. We're checking out and stepping back. There is a process here of taking yourself away so that you can restock, restore, replenish, reconnect with your own value and your own source of energy. And that's an important thing to do. But we can't bypass the work that needs to be done. We are being called to clean up our own karma on the internal plane around our own value so that we can come back and address the infrastructures that have corrupted the values of others in the world outside of us. And there's no way through this except through this. So it's time really for us to figure out, how do we maintain a resilient baseline so that as the day-to-day challenges, plot twists, rug pulls, knock us off our center, so that we have a consistent practice of bringing ourselves back to center, back to our baseline. That might mean you'll have a day where you hide out under the covers. That's okay if that's what you need to do to restore, realign your energy. That might mean that the next day you get up and you do it again and again and again. It's the baseline that's important, not the fluctuation on a day-to-day basis. So don't let the drama and the exhaustion of the daily experience of watching a world be disrupted as an essential part of a world being reformed. Don't let that day-to-day fluctuation cause you to quit. The only way through is through. That means we've got to have consistent patterns and habits, new patterns and habits, if you will, that keep us rooted in the idea that we are each a once-in-a-lifetime cosmic event that is worthy of care and love and value and restoring and replenishing and restocking and rest, the sacredness of rest, that we are worthy of consciously doing the things we need to do to keep ourselves in a high frequency place, eating well, sleeping, walking, enjoying our engagement in higher order archetypes like beauty. Do the things you need to do to take care of yourself so that your cup is full and you know how to refill that cup if the things start to go wonky, and you can take the time and the breath to do that so that you have more to give. Remember that the fifth dimension is not a place, it's a frequency of energy. And when you can hold these higher frequencies of energies, you create the possibility of you entraining others behind you to bring them up to where you are. It's not striving, it's not pushing, it's not working really, really hard. It's about simply relaxing and aligning and going back to those places where you reconnect with love, your love-worthiness, and your self-worth so that you can turn around and hold that energy for the rest of the world. That's it. That's my message today. Take it to heart. Have a good week. See you next week.